Stay on top of stories about stocks that may impact the market or your portfolio today in Stocks Making News.
Well, Yum Brands, owner of popular fast food restaurants KFC and Pizza Hut, among others, says they're going to have their first Taco Bell in China by the end of the year. Tracey, Ryniec and Dave Bartosiak are here with me to kind of kick this around a little bit. Tracey, they've already begun separating their China business into an independent, publicly traded company.
Right.
They say that's going to be wrapped up by the end of the year as well. They currently have over 7,500 restaurants among their other brands in China. So I guess new restaurants means new jobs for the Chinese economy. That should help it a little bit. But what does it all mean to shareholders?
Well, we don't know for sure because it is going to be spun off into the Chinese brand. But Taco Bell obviously is one of the bigger brands in the United States. But surprisingly, they haven't had much luck going out internationally. I kind of looked around to see where else they were located and was surprised to see, other than Canada, they've been a real bust in most other locations. Like they've tried to go into Australia, they had to pull out of there. They've gone into Great Britain a couple of times and they're back over there now. It seems like they're gaining some traction there. They were in Japan, then they pulled out. Now they're back in. They have one store in Tokyo. But, you know, we in America are kind of used to the Mexican food and what that means, the tacos, the burritos, and all of that. Yeah. But we forget that in other parts of the world, they're not as familiar with that type of food. And, I mean, Yum will tailor the Taco Bell to the tastes of whatever country they're in. So in Japan, they do serve slightly different types of tacos than like what we would get and all of that. But still, I think they do have a learning curve in order to, you know, get the brand in there and promote the Mexican style of food and the wraps and all of that. But it is, if anyone can do it, it's Yum. They are the biggest fast food chain in all of China, by far bigger than McDonald's or anybody else. They have a long history of doing business there, and they're starting that one in Shanghai, where there's a lot of Americans and other expats. Yeah. And then they'll kind of see how it goes. So I don't not like it that they're going to try to get their third big brand into there.
So from a mechanics standpoint, as far as the investor is concerned, by spinning off their China business into a separate publicly traded company, what that means is all of a sudden one day this will be available for investors to buy.
Right. A lot of people have bought Yum over the years because they really wanted an entry into China. And because they are the largest restaurant chain over there, this was a way to get into the China biz. Now, that's also one of the reasons they're spinning it off, because it is kind of, it's basically its own entity with its own issues going on over there. And so now they're going to separate it out. And you as an investor will have a choice. Do I want the American and then the rest of the world branding? Or do I just want to go into just the China play? And I do like it. I think it's going to unlock some value with those shares.
All right, Dave, while we still are stuck with the basic Yum brand of stock, stock ended flat last year, 2015. But recently, and I mean over the past few days, broke out above its 200-day moving average. So it's bullish news, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, you know, people like to look at that 200-day moving average as a longer-term trend indicator. So if you're above the 200-day moving average, then now you're in a long-term uptrend. If you're below it, you're in a downtrend. So having it pop up above that level, and if it could have a sustained break of that level, that'd be even better. But if you take a look at the chart with our new fancy technology here now, I'm going to draw on this. So you, as you mentioned, kind of a flat last year. This is sort of the tail end of it. They had a run up in the beginning, and then we came. Look at that, see? Got that blue.
Wow.
Got that blue. Anyway, came crashing down really the $65 level in October, along with the rest of the market as the market struggled. But since the February lows down at 65, we've had a pretty good rally getting us back towards this $80 level. So did you see what that does? That makes you very happy. All the Yum brand people are very happy. So right now it's looking pretty decent. It's got decent momentum. The volume's been a little bit light, so that's a small area of concern. But I think so far investors are smiley about the prospects for Yum Brands.
So overall, this is a growth opportunity for the company, I'm guessing, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Whenever you are expanding your brand out there and they have this this third chain in their 3 big restaurant brands, you know, KFC, Pizza Hut, and now they got the Taco Bell.
Right.
If they can expand that, if they can get that going in a big market like China, yeah, that's a big growth driver.
Okay, which would seem to be the next logical step for this company since they are such a large brand owner.
Sure, but
Yeah.
some people don't necessarily want that risk of having the Chinese brand, right? So now you get to decide as a shareholder, because you're going to get the spun off shares of the Chinese branded Yum, and then maybe it'll be like Yum and Yang, Yin and Yang, no something. Who knows?
Never know.
Yum and Yang. I don't know. I'm not on that committee, so I'm not going to figure it out for
All
them.
right, if they call you for advice, let us know.
I'll just hang out.
We'll do a follow-up. Guess we'll have to see how the fortune cookie crumbles for tacos and gorditas in China. Meantime, if you're watching our videos on the YouTube platform, don't forget you can subscribe to them there, and you can put your feedback in as well, especially as it pertains to Dave. We're always welcoming feedback here. With Tracey and Dave, I'm Terry Ruffalo.